What is up, YouTube? Optimus Prime coming at you with a video today. So it's a little raw review video, and I was just so confused with Raw tonight. I really was. It was a very good show. I enjoyed all of it. I really did. It was a great show. It really was. But what in the world were they doing? What were they doing? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. So, my eyes look really red in this. I'm tired. I'm not high. No, 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 not high. I promise. So, this, I'm going to do 2 points tonight. 2 points that I thought were really cool. One of them was cool, one of them wasn't cool. I'm tired. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put this together on the fly. So, the first thing I want to talk about, The Shield, Rollins, Reigns, Ambrose versus Team Hell No and Kofi Kingston. Great match. Such a good match. Great match. You know, Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose, you know what you're going to get from them. Great competitors. JBL pointed out, you have Ambrose is his chaotic wrestling style. Reigns' power and Rollins' speed. Phenomenal. They mesh so well. They look good with belts. They're really good. I can't complain about them. They're really good. And they just work so well. They deserve all the star power. They really do. It's awesome. I love every single bit of it. It's cool. They're working it. They got to run with it for a while. I don't know how long it is. If you watched Wyza's Raw review from tonight, or from last night, I don't know when this is going up, but if you watch his review, they kind of hinted at some things. He said, they hinted about, like, the success of them, and, success could be bad for a group, or, another thing that I noticed that he didn't point out was about The Undertaker. They kept talking about The Undertaker. They talked about who the Shield has beat up and, like, defeated. Undertaker, they mentioned it, and then they mentioned Undertaker again in there, and, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to end up at SummerSlam with Undertaker and Kane, I believe, and maybe D-Bry. I don't know if D-Bry will be there, but I know Undertaker and Kane are supposed to fight the Shield, and that would be cool. And, that Wyza said the other night, I think it was the post stream, Extreme Rules stream, he said, all the chaos is going to end at SummerSlam because of The Undertaker. And they hinted at that a few times tonight, and I caught that, and I thought it was cool. Great match. Kofi was with Team Hell No. You know what you're going to get with him. The Jamaican, the South Gaunt, Africa, whatever he is. You know what you're going to get with him. He's high-flying, he's exciting, he's fun, he's okay. Not fun, oh, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's a Raw review. Whatever. He's okay. He's a transitional champion to Dean Ambrose, who's going to run with that title for a long time because he knows what's up. He knows what he's doing. He's good. So, they had some cool spots. Once D-Bry got in, he was like a little cannonball, a little ball of energy all over the ring, doing drop kicks on Ambrose and jumps and kicks, and he was all over the place, and he looked well. You can tell he's going to be the one who turns on Kane just because of everything that was going on, and he's going to get a push, and he's so over. The crowd is so loud for him. They love him. They love him. There's nothing else to say, but they love him. So, that was really cool to see, and I thought it was such a good moment for him. This is going to push him they're just pushing him now, and you can tell that, it's going to be really good for him in the future. Maybe a title run, not soon, but shortly a title run. Surely a title run. And, with this, toward the end, we'll just go to the end end segment, and whatever, the end. Kane got a lot of offense in. He really did. With Reigns, Reigns also got a lot of offense in, which was cool to see because WWE, if you've listened to Wise, I'm going to bring up Wise a lot in this video because Wise is the man. He's pretty much the WWE creative, and he's the man. He really is. That's why I've started YouTube, because of Wise. So Wise, if you're watching this, you're the reason behind this. I love wrestling. I've watched it since I was little with my dad, and you know, you're very underrated as a commentator, and you know what you're doing. You book like a boss. You're pretty much have wrote WWE for the past 6 months. So thank you for all you do for this community. Uh, Thank you. So yeah, shout out to Waza. But anyways, we're back at it. He got, if you've listened to his stuff, he's very high on the fact that WWE has Reigns as their focal point in the future. He's their investment, and they're protecting him because they're putting him with Rollins, who's has been in tag teams before, and he's a good in-ring competitor. He's okay on the mic. He's getting better, and they're gonna protect him with Rollins until he can get some more mic work done. He's getting better in the ring, but he's gonna get more practice and more work in the ring, which is even better for him. So they're protecting him. But he got a lot of offense in this match. He fought Kane, and then at the end, Kane hit him with a boot, I think, and then maybe a sidewalk slam, and then Ambrose came in, he broke up the pin, and then Kane was going to choke slam him or something. Rollins came in with a flying knee and hit Kane, and then as Kane was getting up from the knee, Reigns speared him. It got the pin 1, 2, and 3, and that was the match, and it was a good match, and it was cool. And I'm going to guess they're going to run with this feud for a little longer and then have it probably end at SummerSlam, like I said before. Now, I'm going to get into the little rant part of this video. I know it's going long. Whatever, I don't really care. I don't care if it's going long. I don't care. Because I'm mad. And this is where it's going to show. So, Paul Heyman, it's been all over WWE.com. Paul Heyman has a third client, allegedly. And, he tweeted about having a third client. He was going to, reveal it tonight. Cool. I'm down with that. My thinking before I get into what happened, it could be Cassius Ohno. They're high on Cassius Ohno. He's supposed to be brought up very shortly. It could be Cassius Ohno. I'm okay with that. Cassius Ohno, he's not bad on the mic. He's a good heel. It works. It could work. It could work. There's an article on WWE.com. Corey Graves, who's a WWE NXT superstar. I said WWE, but he's an NXT superstar. He's a Pittsburgh kid. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Tomorrow or Wednesday night, catch the Penguin game. And Corey Graves, the Pittsburgh kid, he said, if you're a Paul Heyman guy, you're not going to be liked, but you're going to be at the top. Oh, I can dig that. I like Corey Graves. He's a good in-ring competitor. He's okay on the mic. Maybe he's a Paul Heyman guy. More than likely, it was going to be someone young in my thinking. Maybe they bring up Sami Zayn. More than likely, he's not going to be the Paul Heyman guy, but it could have been anyone. It could have been RVD. RVD's older. He started his career as a Paul Heyman guy. Ended as a Paul Heyman guy. Just some thoughts. Before the show, he was spotted where Raw was, I think in Kansas City or somewhere around there. He was spotted. Okay, I can dig that. WWE Universe tweeted out retweeted one of his tweets. I can dig it. So, there's so many other people it could have been. It could have been Randy Orton. He needs a mouthpiece. He needs to be a heel. It could be Orton. I can dig it, like I said. It could have been a lot of people. Who else could have it been? Could have been anyone, But that's not the point, It could have been anyone, and they could have ran with it. So, Paul Heyman comes out, my client Brock Lesnar destroyed Triple H last night. He doesn't need to be here. He's taking a little break. Okay, yeah, makes sense. He's going to be out of the picture for a little while until another main feud comes in with him where they're just going to put him with a superstar, a major superstar, like a main guy, as in Cena, as in Triple H, as in other people. They don't need him for little feuds. They don't need it. So, he doesn't talk about CM Punk at all, about being away. I have a third client that I'm going to be working with. Okay. And that third Paul Heyman guy is. Now, at the time, I wasn't watching my TV screen. I was watching my phone or my computer, one of the things. It doesn't matter. I hear the music hit. So that sounds kind of familiar. What is that? And then, you hear the bass of da na 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 na. And I was like, but it was remixed, and I was like, that sounds kind of familiar. Wait, that's Mr. Perfect's theme? No. And I didn't even have to look at the screen. All that with that little segment there, that little process, was all in his mind for about 5 seconds. 5 seconds that was in my mind. And I looked at the screen, and I saw on my screen to be the third Paul Heyman guy was Joe Henning. Joe Henning. Mr. Perfect's son, Joe Henning. Michael McGillicuddy. Michael McGillicuddy. Michael McGillicuddy. Michael McGillicuddy was the third Paul Heyman guy. What? Michael McGillicuddy? Michael McGillicuddy? Michael McGillicuddy? What? I don't understand. Why was he the third Paul Heyman guy? It could have been anyone. He failed in NXT, or he failed in the Nexus, not in NXT, because I guess he was doing some improvements, but he failed in the Nexus. And you're making him the third Paul Heyman guy? Did Paul Heyman see something in him? Maybe I'm the one who doesn't see anything in him. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. So, I saw him, and it didn't process right away. And then it was Joe Henning, Mr. Perfect, son, Michael McGillicuddy, Mr. Michael McGillicuddy. Why? I went to a Raw taping, December 18th of this year. Well, not this year, but 2012, so whatever, a few months back. He jobbed to a jobber in Alex Riley. Alex Riley's a jobber. He's not even on the show. Michael McGillicuddy jobbed to Alex Riley. A jobber jobbed to a jobber. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. Michael McGillicuddy, the third Paul Heyman guy. I know The Rock's big on him. He was like a workout partner before WrestleMania. Okay. Eric Bischoff is high on him. He tweeted Eric Bischoff tweeted, "Congrats, Joe. Your dad's proud of you." I don't get it. What's in him that people see? I don't. I guess people do. I was reading tweets about it that people love this. I don't. So enough of what I thought. Triple H comes out. I destroyed Brock last night. We battled. I kicked his butt. He didn't say butt, but I'm not. Whatever. He kicked his ass. I'm gonna kick your ass, Paul. Okay. And then Michael McGillicuddy, Joe Henning. Before that, they announced his name. My bad. I forgot. I was so angry I forgot. Paul Heyman announces who this is. Not Michael McGillicuddy, not Joe Henning, but Curtis Axel. They gave him a jobber name, yo. Curtis Axel. Curtis coming from Kurt Hennig, his dad, Mr. Perfect. Axel coming from his grandfather, the Axe or something. Curtis Axel. Triple H, says, "I'm going to kick your butt." Michael McGillicuddy, Curtis Axel says, "You got to come through me first." Okay. That's cute. You got to come through me first. Triple H says, "Fine. I'll fight you. And once I kick your butt, I'm going to kick Paul's butt." Fast forward to the main event. Triple H versus Michael McGillicuddy. Curtis Axel, Curtis Hawkins, jobber. Michael McGillicuddy, Joe Henning. They're fighting. Slow pace match. Triple H just fought in a cage match last night. Obviously, he wasn't going to be at the best. It's Triple H. He's not going to give the best on Raw. His ego's too big for that. Anyways, they're in this match. A slow pace match. Not that great of a match. And toward the end of the match, the commentary goes silent. Dead silent. I didn't know what was going on silent. Excuse me as I fix this here. Dead silent. I didn't know what was going on. JBL, he's talking, he's saying, what's wrong with Triple H? Michael Cole says Triple H doesn't look well. Jerry says something along those lines. Whatever. Apparently Triple H doesn't look well or he's injured or something. So he gets out of the ring. He's dozing everywhere. He's, hobbling, spinning everywhere. He's not standing up straight. He falls to the ground or something, and the doctors go over to look at him, and they're looking at him, and he I guess they said you can't fight anymore. You can't do it. But he wants to go back in. The doctors, try to talk to him again. He goes over to the ring, the timekeeper area, takes a seat on a chair. Says he needs some water. The doctor's, looking at his eyes with a flashlight. I don't really know. So in that segment there was the focus on Triple H. I guess it was like concussion-like symptoms. Focus on Triple H. Focused on Triple H. Focused on Triple H. That's all they did. Was there a new debut tonight? Oh, that's right. Curtis Axel was debuting. Re-debuting, I guess you could say. But we wouldn't have known that because all they showed was Triple H's concussion. It was a work. It was a work. But why? In this instance, that makes me happy because I don't think Joe Henning, Michael McGillicuddy, Curtis Axel deserves to be the third Paul Heyman guy. In my opinion, he doesn't deserve it. So they completely took the spotlight off of Curtis Axel and put it on Triple H. Okay, now if you're a fan of Curtis Axel, or Joe Henning, whatever you want to call him, Michael McGillicuddy, if you're a fan of him, then you have legitimate anger, because they just took the spotlight off of the new debut, the new re-debut of Michael McGillicuddy, Joe Henning, and put it on Triple H. Put the spotlight on Triple H. In this instance, you should be mad, because they took your boy, and they overshadowed him with Triple H. Now we're going to look at this the other way. If you're mad at me because I said I don't really feel he deserves it, I'm going to look at it a different way. Now, if this was Corey Graves or Cassius Ohno, which I'm very high on, you know that, if you were listening before, I would have been mad because they would have took the spotlight off of Ohno or Graves and put it on Triple H, which I don't think is right. Either way, whatever way you want to look at it, why did that segment even happen? Triple H could have lost to McGillicuddy, and it would have made sense because he was in a match last night, and it would have showed off some of Axel. If I'm saying Axel and McGillicuddy, it's all the same person. It would have took this, it would have made it look a little better. You're a Paul Heyman guy. You gotta be top dog. And I don't get what happened there. It was just kind of weird. It was a bad ending to a very good Raw. And also in his promo, Michael McGillicuddy's little promo, like with Paul Heyman, he looked so nervous. He was not ready for any of that. He wasn't feeling it. If you're gonna be duoed with Paul Heyman, you gotta be spot on. You gotta look good. You gotta be ready. And he wasn't. I don't really know what WWE's thinking right now. And it also, it was early. They announced it early, and I figured, okay, it's early. They gotta show something for later. Something's gotta happen later. There's gotta be a wow factor. They gotta end it big, and they didn't. I thought there could be another Paul Heyman guy. Maybe someone else comes out and, helps McGillicuddy, beat Triple H, or along those lines. But why McGillicuddy? They could have picked Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is I just found this out tonight, is brothers with Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are brothers, and their dad is IRS from Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase's guy from Money Inc. Yeah, that's his dad. That's their dad. That's kind of cool. They could have been Paul Heyman guys. Bring the Wyatt family in as all Paul Heyman guys. And like the Dudleys did, like with all those Dudleys back in ECW, that'd be cool. You got all the Dudleys, get all the Wyatts, the family, and let them all be Paul Heyman guys, and let Paul Heyman manage those. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. That kind of just came to me. They could all be Paul Heyman guys. Why not? It's better than Michael McGillicuddy. That's my rant. That's it from me, Pittsburgh. Shout out to Wyza. Thanks, Wyza, for everything. All the shout outs and everything. Follow him, follow me. It's all down below. Maybe. Peace. Peace.